Welcome back, everybody. Pokerstars Platinum Pass vlog number 3. Interview a person who has accompanied me in my poker life. Well, the first person that came to my mind was Eddie and David Lee from Van Halen. I used to always listen to Van Halen while playing poker in my grandfather's basement when I was 7 years old. So what I did was I tried to reach out to the fellas and see if I could get an interview, but unfortunately I wasn't able to make the connection. So I got these two great guys here instead. Let me welcome you, Nate and Zach. Let's jump right into it. Just wanted to say I love you guys and thanks for doing this interview with me. You can introduce yourselves, tell everybody out there who you are, where you live, and how we first met. Nate, you're up first.
Yeah, my name's Nate. I live in Mill Valley, California, Marin County. And I first met Cliff walking around the 101 casino. I seen this dude in like all sorts of jerseys. The dude looked like you had some sort of matching getup going on, or you were probably rocking like 8 different teams all at once. And I was like, dang, who is this guy? But you had a badge on. So then I realized we were colleagues and we were both props. And yeah, that's how I met you. I think we started right at the same time.
Yeah, for sure. My name is Zach, also known as Z-Migs the Kid, but whatever. I stay out in Sacramento now, but I met my brother Cliff at Casino 101 in Petaluma. I actually knew that he was going to arrive before he did because the manager told me that they hired an action prop. Prop would be good for the game. That was a losing player who wanted to do it just for fun.
Yeah. Critical point. He was pumping the game.
The funny thing about that is that, Cliff, you actually were terrible in the beginning, but you consistently got better and better, and I think it was a sustainable, viable job for you towards the end.
Oh, thanks, Zach. I really do appreciate that backhanded compliment. For those people watching this video, if you're somehow not familiar with what a poker prop is, I'm going to fill you in. The casino hires poker players. They pay them their rake, and then they use their own money to sit in the games that they spread. They help them get any game started and make sure it does not break if a customer up and give their seat first. Most props are tight as rocks. They sit there. They're happy to make a couple of extra bucks in the game as a poker player, plus what they make from the house. But not these guys. They were action like crazy. Well, maybe not Nate. But anyway, this interview will give you guys some insight into the world of the prop. I have 4 or 5 questions which I already gave Nate and Zach that they have answered in advance, and then we're going to get into the lightning round. That's where the fun will begin. Let's get started. And that's when the fun will begin, because they have no idea what questions I'm going to ask. All right, so let's get started. Oh, by the way, our goal is to keep this interview under 5 minutes and 2 seconds. Our first question is going to be, how do you get a job as a poker prop?
I got the job. I got the job because my bro Zach here got hired before me. And
all right, since we have short time, I recommended Nate. Nate got the job. I got the job because I had a relationship with the GM through a close friend of mine who'd known him for a long time. Based on how much action you give, based on how popular you are, based on your etiquette and your overall swag in the casino. They don't want to hire you to do all the HR and then watch you go broke in a week, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. So do props get paid in the shade while drinking lemonade?
It's a hard job, man. You know, especially like you said it, most of the time, at least at that casino, you're spending in a 4-8 limit game. And, you know, the goal long term is probably you are absolutely killing that if over the long term you make $8 an hour in that game. So, you know, you're grinding.
But then you get 20 on top. You get 10. You get 10 untaxed, and then you get a $12 paycheck. So it's actually not if you can beat the game for $8 to $10 an hour, it's a $30 an hour gig. The higher stakes games, you get paid more because it's more variance, you need bigger bankroll, et cetera, et cetera. If you're a losing player, it's going to cost you a lot of money. So
as Cliff found out, you can get wipes pretty quick.
Exactly, as I found out. All right, let's jump into the lightning round.
All right.
Boxers or briefs?
Boxer briefs.
Boxer briefs, my guy. Easy question. Next.
All right. Have you ever colluded with a Russian?
No.
No.
In
Not
Hold'em.
in any,
Go ahead.
not in any form of business or poker. No.
Correct. Same here.
In Hold'em, what are your two favorite starting cards other than aces, kings, and queens?
I know what Zach's answer is. Go ahead.
Okay, I would say ace, king suited, and pocket jacks.
I mean, if you want a slightly whatever off the beaten path hand, I like Jack 10 suited. But obviously, apart from aces, kings, or queens, it's ace, king suited or pocket jacks.
All right, you guys agree.
The nice thing about 8-9 suited, Jack 10 suited is you're playing deep stack, no limit. You can win huge spots with them.
Yeah.
Golfing or bowling?
Bowling, bro. All day, bro. That's my game right there.
Bowling when I'm with Nate, golfing otherwise.
Biggest 1 month win?
5,000, and we proctored the shittiest casino in the history of the world.
5K, shittiest casino in the entire universe, bar none. It probably still is.
They had no big games. They had no games bigger than the 6-12.
All right. Have you ever watched a poker blog?
I've watched that Andrew Neeme or Meme guy, and I've watched Doug Polk. I don't know if he counts.
All right. If you were shrunken down to the size of a nickel and were dropped into a blender, what do you do?
Hold on tight. I don't know.
Well, if I could move, get outside of the blender, I would. If not, I'd wedge myself in between the blades so that it's whirling around me.
All right. Did Jamie Gold get lucky?
Anyone who wins a main event gets extremely lucky. Jamie Gold, he had a run for the ages. He's a terrible poker player, but he had an insane amount of confidence, and he psychologically dominated his opponents. And he had a very special run.
Softer games, Nevada or California?
California.
Yeah, California, but I have a lot more experience here anyway.
It's not even close.
World Series of Poker or World Series of Putting?
Poker, bro. I'm trying to win $10 million. You kidding?
Well, putting because I get crushed in Vegas every summer, so.
Nightclub or a dive bar?
Dive bar, bro.
A 4-year-old asked you if Santa was real. What do you say?
Yes.
Ask your parents.
Which superpower would you have if you were a superhero?
I'm done with my arms.
Transport myself, to anywhere, any place.
Yeah, time travel, bro.
Rio or Binions?
I mean, the Rio, because the World Series happened there in the summer.
I don't even think I've been to Binions, bro. That's a sexy answer, but Rio. Yeah.
All right, last question. Zach, on November 13th, when you went all in the river with the 5 of hearts, were you bluffing or did you have it?
You'll never know.